today we wanted to do a little bit different of a video, not a normal vlog, and we might be doing some more of these where we just kind of like share our feelings with you guys and also talk about things that you guys are asking us about and other ins and outs of traveling as a couple. Kaylee and I now have traveled to Ecuador, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Mexico, and Portugal, and all over the US, and then Canada as well, together in the 2.5 years we've been married. I think the number one question we get asked is,
how do you do it?
How do you do it? Like, how do you afford to be able to travel so much? It's a complicated answer. We've been super blessed to be able to have a job that flies us all over the country. And that's allowed us to get lots of frequent flyer miles. Frequent flyer miles are probably the biggest saving grace in allowing us to travel around the world.
I think a lot of people hear like, oh, you guys work for an events company. We don't work for an events company. We don't get to travel all the time, so there's no way that we can save up miles. And I think probably what we want to dispel is that idea of if you don't travel for work and automatically get frequent flyer miles paid through your company, then you can't travel. Like, it's still possible even if you don't have a job like we do that lets us get frequent flyer miles.
With that being said, frequent flyer miles from our job are only one of the ways that we've been able to get frequent flyer miles. We get frequent flyer miles through traveling for work. We also get them through credit cards, and then the credit card, we get frequent flyer miles a couple of different ways. We get them through dollars we spend, but also the sign-up bonus is huge.
That is a huge.
It's like people could sign up for credit cards and fly to Europe pretty easily. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I think something really important to talk about is that just because you hear us say that we've gotten a lot of frequent flyer miles through our job doesn't mean you can't do it. So step one to being able to afford to fly around the world for cheap is to sign up for frequent flyer accounts. And that's definitely the first thing you should do. If you ever take a flight on an airline, you should sign up for their frequent flyer miles before purchasing the ticket or before flying on that leg. I think with Delta you can sign up for the frequent flyer account just anytime before the flight leaves. And then you can get the frequent flyer miles for that flight. So step one, sign up for a frequent flyer account. It will save you in the end. I think in the last 2.5 years, I've flown Southwest maybe like 3 or 4 times. And in those 3 or 4 times, I got enough frequent flyer miles to fly Kaylee's dad out to Utah just a month ago. So just like the simple stuff like that allows us to fly people and ourselves to new places. I think that probably flying is the most expensive part of traveling. So the fact that we're able to fly for so cheap and sometimes free makes it so much easier to travel around the world. We don't need to have a lot of money to go on these vacations and on these trips. So last fall we flew to Ecuador, and those flights cost us 22,500 miles and only $13 in tax.
For a one-way ticket.
For a one-way ticket from Salt Lake City to Ecuador. And since we fly so much, we were able to sit first class on those flights, which was really great.
If we had to pay cash for those tickets, do you remember?
It would have been almost $1,000
or something?
Per ticket. So that like saved our bacon for sure. Our flight home from Nicaragua this year cost us 17,500 points, and we only paid, I think like $80 in tax. And these flights to Europe this time, for a one-way ticket, was 30,000 miles from Salt Lake City to Lisbon, Portugal. And we paid, I think, 100 euros in tax a piece, which is, you know, $116 or something like that. So really affordable. It cuts down a ton on the price of these tickets. Our tickets would have cost over $1,500 a piece had we paid for them. So our number one way to travel around the world for cheap or for free is you gotta have frequent flyer miles. Without them, it really would be impractical and almost impossible for us to be able to do this. Alright, we're gonna head on home, and when we get home, I'll share step number 2 with you and some extra bonuses for you guys. So enjoy this little bit of B-roll on our way home. Bye! Okay, so now that we've talked about step number 1 of the travel anywhere for cheap process, now we need to talk about something really important, which is step number 2, which is credit cards. Some people really frown upon credit cards. We're not those people. We like to take advantage of the bonuses and the points that they have. So we're going to show you how we've been able to use our credit cards to help us be able to travel anywhere. We both have Delta Sky Miles credit cards through American Express, and each one got a different bonus and has different benefits. I have the American Express Platinum card, and Kaylee has the American Express Gold card, both Delta branded. With both of the credit cards, we get one Sky Mile per dollar we spend, or if we spend it through the airline, then I think we get double that, so we get 2 miles per dollar we spend. The Delta Platinum card, the one that I have, it costs on $195 a year. People look at that and they might say, that is definitely not worth it. It definitely is because of the benefits that you get with it. Every year with the Platinum Delta Sky Miles card, I get a companion pass, which allows me to take anyone with me on a flight anywhere in the country, minus Alaska and Hawaii, for free. This is the first year that I've been able to use it, so I haven't actually used it yet. So when we get back, I imagine in the spring we'll use it to go somewhere of our choosing. Also, with both the Gold and the Platinum Sky Miles cards, you're able to get free checked bags, but those benefits pale in comparison to the Sky Miles you get when you first sign up for the credit card. If you spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time, then they'll give you a big bonus. For me, I think at the time I got 60,000 Sky Miles. I think Kaylee got 40 or 50,000 Sky Miles when she signed up for hers. And right now, we're going to share a bonus with you that I think is 70,000 Sky Miles for the Platinum card, and I think the Gold card is 50,000 with the option to get 10,000 more if you spend a little bit more. So I'm going to put links below to the credit cards that we use, and those links, if you use them, then you'll get those bonuses. The Platinum card, if you sign up for it today and then spend $3,000 in the first 3 months, then you'll get a 70,000 point bonus. Now, for a little bit of reference, that's enough for you to go to Europe and back and have a domestic ticket. That's a lot of traveling for signing up for this card. Now, you might say $3,000 is a lot to spend, but just plan it to where you're spending money that you would spend anyway on the credit card, and then you can go and pay it off with cash right away. For example, tuition. If you're in college, pay one of your semesters of tuition with your credit card. And then, if you have financial aid, you can pay it off right to your credit card, and you're going to get 70,000 Sky Miles, which is crazy awesome. So the Gold card costs $95 per year, but the first year is usually waived. And if you sign up today and spend $2,000 in the first 3 months, then you'll get 50,000 Sky Miles. And if in the next 3 months after that, so 6 total, you spend an extra $1,000, then you will be able to have 60,000 Sky Miles, which means you could fly to Europe and back from the US and have it all paid for. You just have to pay for taxes, which comes out to under $200. It's crazy awesome. So if you haven't signed up for a credit card, or you don't have a frequent flyer credit card, this is an awesome deal for you, an awesome benefit. It helps you out to be able to go on your first adventure somewhere. There really is nothing better than having your trips paid for. Oh, the sun's going down right now. I'm getting darker. So first off, you need to sign up for a frequent flyer account. That's first and foremost, you got to do that. No matter when you fly, you should always be signed up for the frequent flyer account for that airline. It doesn't matter which one it is, or it doesn't matter if you're switching every week. Just sign up for them now, because one day you'll regret it. You'll say, oh man, if I would have just signed up for that frequent flyer account years ago. Second, get yourself a credit card that gives you travel points or frequent flyer miles. The example that we have for you is the Delta Sky Miles card. There's the Gold one that if you spend $3,000, you get 60,000 points, or there's the Platinum one that you get 70,000 miles. And then with the Platinum one, you also get a companion pass every year to be able to fly someone else with you throughout the country. If you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, please comment below or send us a DM on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll try and help you out with whatever questions you have. But this is definitely a way that everyone can go and travel anywhere for almost free. So no more excuses for saying, oh, well, that's nice that you guys have that opportunity to fly all over the place. You guys can do it too. You just have to plan it right and be able to work out the benefits of having a credit card and a frequent flyer account. A third way, there are plenty of websites out there that offer really cheap flights all around the world. One of my favorite ones on Facebook is Secret Flying, and I'm always seeing stuff on there for like $300 round trip to Europe. You have to be willing to be flexible because some of their flights will have like a day layover somewhere, or you can only go on certain dates. So that's another way to do it, but you definitely have to be flexible. We haven't used those yet, but I am anxious to get the opportunity to try to use some of those deals that they post on there. So in order to be able to travel the world for very inexpensive, you need to sign up for frequent flyer accounts. You need to get a travel credit card, and you should look out for deals. There's deals all over the place, and I'll put a couple of links below to my favorite websites that share those deals. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, and I hope all of you have the opportunity to travel the world, to travel to the places that you've always wanted to go for a very affordable price. If you have any questions or comments, or you just really like this video, please comment below, hit that like button, and please subscribe. We love having subscribers to watch our videos. We will see you guys soon in our next video.